Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and I'm back with this video. This is going to be a get to know me video, and I have some questions. I want to encourage my subscribers to leave questions in the comments. So if you're new, if you're not new, just leave some questions in the comments if you have any. And I will be sure to answer them in another video. And yeah, I think that would be fun and engaging. So yeah, if I miss any questions or you have any questions from previous videos, please always drop them in the chat. Also, do not forget to like, subscribe, and also share these videos with other people that you think will benefit from them, because I am an everyday person, and I do not pretend to be perfect, and I think these videos will be good for those who are struggling and struggling to find themselves, be themselves in a society that is definitely not thriving well right now. So first question is, what's your name? Me, Unapologetically T, and T is my nickname, and I got that name from my government name. And basically, like, my family always called me T or TT. So you might see somebody in the comments one day saying TT. That's because my family, they alternate between T and TT. I just say T for short, because I don't feel like saying TT, but it definitely comes from my name. And the next question is, how old are you? So I am 34. I'm a Pisces. You want to date me? Nah, I'm just joking. But yeah, we get into those questions. Like, so I'm 34 years old, and I am a Pisces, and I love being a Pisces because we're like all of the zodiac signs. And if you don't believe in zodiac signs, it's fine with me. I do not care. I just think you can use it as a tool. I think that we all start out at different stages in life, and sometimes our zodiac signs match us and sometimes they don't. I just feel like treat people right. that's all I can tell you. But I am my zodiac sign. So and I'm not talking about the internet versions of zodiac signs. I'm talking about, like, if you get a book and read and all that stuff. Like, I definitely am true to my sign, but I have healed and evolved in certain areas, thank God. So, do you have a family? So yes, I do have a family. We've lost some members. Just gonna joke about it. But yeah, so I was in a relationship for 11 years. Things got volatile. Things were always kind of like not always great. However, in the end, things got volatile, and unfortunately, at year 11, I ended up moving out on Thanksgiving of 2022. And like I said, unfortunately, my partner ended up dying Thanksgiving of 2023. So during that year part, some of it was no contact. If you want more details, I definitely talk about our relationship in my domestic violence video series. And I think it's like maybe a 4-part. It might be more. Who knows? But yeah, we had a family for 11 years. Separated for 1. And then, yeah, it was definitely not a good feeling, but I want to keep this lighthearted, so I will move on. And in that family, I also have a stepchild, who's almost grown, and then I have my biological daughter, who's a teenager, which my sister, I'm gonna give her credit for coining this term. I don't know if other people use it, but she be like meenager. I am blessed. I hit the kid jackpot with mine. I don't have to feel like I'm gonna knock her head off too many times. Sometimes it come up, but we good. Me and her, we get along good. She is me, I am her, and then she's her father, my mom, his mom, and some other people too, and then herself. So fun times in my house. And then she repeatedly tries to test my gangster, not knowing who the fuck she fucking with. Excuse me, but not excuse me, because this is my platform. So if you do not like profanity, I am so sorry, but that's me. God's still working on me. So yeah, she definitely tries to test my gangster, and I just be like, I will beat you like a nigga in the streets if you keep playing with me. But we don't ever get there. Like, we don't ever get there. So yeah, it's cool. All right. And it says, do I have any pets? I've had numbers of pets, and if you really know me from like little kid on up, I've been an animal person all my life. And I definitely like strays. Oh my gosh. Strays are my favorite, which you will realize like it's a correlation to people too. I love stray people. And I still do love stray people. However, I'm learning boundaries and not letting people take advantage of me. But definitely love stray animals. However, I currently have a toy poodle who is 6 years old, I think now. Yeah, I think she's 6 now. I can't keep up. It's too much. And then I had a cane corso with my partner, which was his purchase. So I bought my dog. He bought his dog. And his dog ended up dying after I left. Sometimes I feel like she died of a broken heart. But then I seen some information where I kind of can put 2 and 2 together about how she passed away. And it's not funny at all. But it was very reckless and negligent on his behalf, if that's true. So, yeah, I'm trying to get through this video with keeping it lighthearted, but it's like I told you, I've been so traumatized. Everything is a thing. And so like I lost her when I left, and I did get my dog back once he passed away, which he was kind of holding hostage. Like, at first, initially, like, I let him keep everything that I did not bring into the relationship. I let him keep everything that we accumulated together. But I took the things that I brought in before him. I felt like fair is fair. I felt like I had means to have other things, buy things that I needed, so I wasn't tripping over trying to leave him with nothing. Like, I didn't do it petty at all. Like, I bought him a car. I didn't try to take his car back. Car was still in my name. Signed the car over to him. He still wouldn't get the car signed over. Once again, getting into some stuff that's heavy-hearted. So let's keep this lighthearted. I'm gonna move on. I've digressed. All right. Do you prefer cats or dogs? I prefer cats. I love cats, but I also love dogs, so it's hard for me. So I like both, but I do prefer kitty cats. I like them. They remind me of us. When I say us, I mean women. How many siblings do you have? I have 3 on my mom's side. Excuse me. I have 3 on my mom's side, and then I have 5 on my dad's side that I know of. So that's a total of 8 siblings. I am the baby on both sides, and my parents were fucking ancient when they had me. They were in their 40s when they had me. Yikes. I used to always make jokes that, because I used to have a lot of, like, ailments growing up. Like, I had carpal tunnel syndrome at 16. Like, I just had a lot of different things wrong with me at an early age. And I used to always be like, it was y'all fault, because 2 old dusty people like had me, and like, so y'all made me fragile body. And yeah, and then my sister, she used to always like to joke that I had a syndrome, and I'm not gonna make fun of it because I don't have it, and there's people that do have it, but she used to always do that cruel shit and say, definitely because my eyes were like slanted, so she used to make that little funny, not so funny, hurtful joke. And yeah, so I definitely had some old parents who were fruitful and multiplied. Let's see. What city did you grow up in, or where did you grow up? I grew up in Richmond, Virginia, so it's relative. If you are from further up north, you look at Richmond as country. If you are further south, you look at Richmond more city-like. I grew up in Richmond during the time, it was in the 90s, so that was during the crack epidemic, and definitely heroin was going around still. And we were the murder capital of the whole United States. So I definitely grew up in a rough environment. I talk about having some of those experiences. A lot of my peers, a lot of us was growing up in the same rough environments, and nobody was talking about the abuse and the trauma we endured by going through that. Like, a lot of us were crack babies. A lot of us, I wasn't a crack baby. My mom did drink during her pregnancy, so like a lot of us were birthed on substances, and a lot of us, once we made it out the womb, so like we already had strikes against us before we came out, and then a lot of us, once we made it out, we still had strikes against us. Number one, we were born black, and then number two, our environment was crazy. So yeah, I grew up during a very hard time. So I want to take that second to say that the people who grew up in Richmond or areas like Richmond, if you grew up during the 80s or the 90s, like, and you still here, you know, like, give yourself a pat on the back. I don't care what the quality of life is. You still here. You still breathing. You still doing it. Like, keep going. You here for a reason. If you haven't figured out your purpose, figure out your purpose. But just keep going. We some tough people. We made it through some crazy stuff. So I would definitely tell you, give yourself some love and grace. Do I prefer the city or the country? I like a mix. So I like a place kind of like Richmond. Like, I don't like it too fast and I don't like it too slow. I did used to spend my summers in DC. That was a fine pace for me. But New York, like, is a place I would just visit. I wouldn't want to live there. Like major cities, like, I wouldn't want to live there. Like, I wouldn't mind visiting, being a tourist, but to live there, no. I kind of like there to be some motion, but not too much motion going on. But I am a country girl. I love to go fishing. I just love, like, that lifestyle period, except for being a farmer. I guess it depends. Like, is it animals? I would like to be a farmer, a gardener, agriculture, something like that. But I don't know if I would want to be like a farmer as far as animals, dealing with animals. So yeah, I think what I would like to do is horticulture. Like, that makes sense. But yeah, so I will definitely say, I guess I'm more country girl than city. Let's see. What social media do I use the most? So I would say I use Instagram the most. I always have. I hate Facebook. Well, hate is such a strong word. I just like Facebook, but I also utilize this Facebook for joining groups and meeting like-minded people as myself. I have found Facebook to be very resourceful for that. But far as, like, posting all the time, like, I have so many, like, people on my friend list that, like, the stuff I see is distorted, and it's just like, I don't even want to see it. So it's some people I love seeing their posting, and it's some people, like, I just be like, the vibrations are low. But I am not here to judge, because I know we all got our shit and we're all going through things. So but yeah, I use Instagram a lot. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is Ascend to Light for me, and it's Ascend number 2 light number 4 me. All right, and I think it's also in my banner, whatever you call it, YouTube banner section. What's my favorite color? So I would say my favorite color is all of them. I always used to tell my daughter that. She used to get mad. Like, I love all colors. However, typically, as far as like a color I would like to wear the most, it's probably black. I love wearing black. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's the little Black Panther in me. And I mean the revolutionary Black Panther, not the movie. So, yes. I will say, which oddly enough is considered a terrorist group. But if you go look up those good old boys, those Klans members, it doesn't identify as such. But I've digressed. But I do want to say this before I move on to my next question. You can kill the revolutionary, but you cannot kill the revolution. I just wanted to say that. What was your dream job as a kid? As a kid, I wanted to be a surgeon. I think it was started, like, I always, like, when I would have fish, like, my parents would, like, cook fish and stuff. We would clean it. Like, when I say country girl, I mean, I was shucking corn at a young age. I was, like, snapping the string beans. Like, I still, to this day, like, shuck my own corn, snap my own green beans, cook them fresh, because I like it that way, because that can be killing me. And the frozen ones just ain't the same either. So yeah, like, I wanted to be a surgeon. What my parents would do, like, we would clean the fish, and so, like, I would take a fork and, like, scale the fish, and then, like, I couldn't use the knife at the time, so, like, what I would do is, like, the head was, like, the scraps. I would take the head and, like, cut the eyeballs out. Like, I know I'm a little off, but I used to just like doing that. Call me what you want to call me. But it really clicked in for me when my brother had to get stitches, and they was like, you know, you don't have to be in here. And I was like, I want to be in here. I want to see it. And I, like, watched him get his stitches, and I was, like, real young then too, like 3 or 4, can't remember. I was very young though. And they were shocked that I wanted to be in there, and when I did, they actually enjoyed it, and talked through, you know, some of the procedures and stuff like that. So yeah, surgeon was on the list for a very long time. I knew I wanted to be a doctor for a very long time. My career did not change until I got to college, and I would say until I got probably, like, into high school. I think I started to switch it to, like, I wanted to be a surgeon for vets, like, for animals. And so that's the kind of change I had. Teaching and education was always, like, one of those fallback careers. Like, it was one of those ones, like, I knew I liked, but it wasn't one of those ones that was up front. And then, oddly enough, one that ran hand in hand with what is it? Oh, surgeon was modeling. So at a very young age, I wanted to be a model. Because everybody used to tell me how cute I was as a little girl, and they used to be like, you look like a doll baby, and blah blah blah. So I wanted to be a model, but then I got to a certain age where, like, I felt like, first of all, I had body image issues, so I definitely beat myself up about, you can't be a model. Then unbeknownst to me, like, during those age groups, like, I definitely could have been a model at the size I was, because I was skinny. And but I thought, you know, like, I needed more, but I don't know why. And then it came to the point where, like, I never liked the limelight. So I realized that, like, at an early age, like, I don't like the limelight. I don't like the attention being on me for too long, or too many people, rather. So that changed, and I denounced modeling, acting, anything famous, like, and my dreams turned practical. So, yeah. What sports did I used to play? I used to play basketball. I was not good at any of these sports. I just had heart. That's it. But natural talent, no. Soccer, I made my mom buy all that stuff for soccer, and I had to quit soccer because the girl ended up kicking me in my nose, and she kicked me in my nose so hard that it was bleeding. And I went to go tear her ass up. Like, I felt like you hit me, I hit you back. Like, and not only was it a hit, it was a kick. And yeah, maybe she did do it on mistake, but that shit hurt. It felt like a purpose. It felt like an on purpose kick. And I couldn't differentiate that. I was very young. So my mom had bought all that stuff, them little shin guards and all that. And I don't think I stayed on the team for about like 3 days. And yeah, so I played basketball, soccer for 3 days. I played basketball in middle school, and like I said, I wasn't great at it, but I definitely used to sign up for like after school activities just so I wouldn't have to come home. And that's just how I'm gonna put that shit. It was the truth. And that's what it was. And I also played volleyball because I think one of the requirements to play basketball was that we had to play volleyball in order to play basketball. By the time I got to high school, I had tapped out of school life. I just was there. I just was doing shit in my sleep. I didn't care. So what theme parks have I been to? This is a fun question because this is something that we like doing as a family. Kings Dominion, of course. Like, if you grew up in Richmond, I hope that you did get to experience Kings Dominion. I think probably we would get dropped off. It was probably 8th grade. Like, we would get dropped off during the summer and just be at Kings Dominion from open to close, roll everything in the park. It's so much so, like, I be sick of Kings Dominion, but they do got new rides. Still kind of look the same, but I think the Grizzlies still over there too, because we used to wear that out. But yeah, that was fun. Water Country, of course. Busch Garden, that's all in Williamsburg, but that's like not far from Richmond, so definitely wore those out. I hate Busch Gardens, by the way. You Busch Garden lovers, you go on ahead with your walking self, because all them hills and all that, like, walking, and then it's like, you ain't really going nowhere, but you feel like you're going somewhere, and it's just like a lot. And then the rides, I feel, are mediocre at best. But I will give Busch Garden this. Busch Garden gives you an experience, so I do give them that. Like, the experience wise, great. Rides wise, meh. Water park, fun. I mean, Water Country was fun. Like, I always liked going to Water Country. I've been to Six Flags. Like I said, I used to spend summers in DC, and even, like, I think a few years ago, we took Elsie and her best friend. I got pictures of that. They've been popping up lately. So yeah, we took them, and Six Flags do better. Like, you still look like you did when I used to go. Like, it was very disappointing and underwhelming. Like, do something. Get a facelift. I don't know. Like, get it together. I was disappointed and mad. Like, I spent all this money for what? And but the rides be riding. I'll give you that. The rides be riding, but aesthetically, y'all need a facelift. Food, y'all need all of that. You need a facelift, a whole remodeling. So I heard y'all might be buying Kings Dominion. Do not do Kings Dominion like you did that. Kings Dominion keeps itself looking nice every year. Please take care of it if you see this video ever, which I doubt. And if you do, then take heed. Disney. So I don't know if it's Disneyland, Disney World, the one in Florida. We've been there twice. Loved it. I do feel like, it's an experience too. I think that place is an experience. What I want to go is Universal. I want to go to Universal and Legoland. Definitely Legoland. I've been telling that child I'm gonna take her to Legoland for like a long time. And I never have taken her, so I definitely gotta get her a trip to Legoland. And if you know her, then you know she's like a Lego queen. Been doing Lego since she was 2. Dante's biological mom gifted her his nephew's old Lego collection, and it just took off from there. Like, after she started playing with their stuff and building stuff of her own, she started building her own collection. we done had to throw Legos away and tell her somebody, like, we put the Legos out in a Tupperware on the porch one time, and because she had like so many, it was just like getting on our goddamn nerves, telling her to pick them up. So we was like, get all your Legos together, like, you know, we're gonna save them. Man, we threw them fucking Legos away. We was sick and tired of them. And we both spent a lot. My mom spent a lot of money on them Legos. But that's how sick we was of them. Like, we was just like, throw this shit in the trash. So she has to rebuild her Legos collection. I mean, she had just about everything. But yeah, so that's our theme parks. Oh, we also too went to indoor water park in Ohio, and that was fun, but underwhelming a little bit, but fun. It says, what are some weird quirks about you? I don't know. You've been watching the video. Leave some in the comments below. Tell me about myself, because I don't know. I feel like I've been showing y'all my weird. So I don't know. Tell me in the comments. And let's see. What languages do you speak? I speak English. Fluently. As far as fluent languages, I speak English. I am currently learning Swahili, and I have learned and forgotten Arabic and Spanish. Now, when I say forgotten, I mean I cannot speak fluently anymore. If you don't use it, you lose it, and I definitely did with those two things. I remember basic things. I'm pretty sure though, like definitely with Arabic, like if I pick that back up, it'll come to me quick. Spanish, probably the same thing, because I did like 3 years of Spanish, and I think I did 2 years of Arabic. I can't remember. I think I did 1 or 2 years of Arabic in school, and then, like I told you in previous videos, like Dante used to teach me Arabic by reading the Quran, and that helped me more than the classes did. And the teacher really told us like that reading the Quran would help you learn Arabic, so it ended up working out. Fast food. So what's my favorite fast food order? I hate fast food. I hate fast food. I hate fast food. I only eat it because I don't like cooking, and but I hate it. I hate it with a passion, and that's all I got to say. How many boyfriends have I had? I don't know. And I'm gonna leave that right there. I don't kiss and tell. And I think only maybe 3 of them mattered anyway, so that's that. Are you single or taken right now? I am single and celibate, and it hurts sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. Like, I definitely needed to sit it out. So I'm where I'm supposed to be at. So I am single and not really, you know, looking. So I want intimacy and trust and honesty and communication and all that great but I don't want anything fake. I don't want anything forced. I don't want anyone that I have to change. You know, I just want somebody I can grow with, and until that presents itself to me, then, you know, I might turn into a cat lady. No offense to the cat ladies. I know a couple. And I probably would have been one of y'all if I had not had this child. I tell you. Lord. Oh, that worrisome ass dog. How tall am I? So this is one that I get a lot of different feedback. Definitely from men. Like, men think I'm taller than what I am. And I am 5'7". So I guess I'm tall for a woman, a little. Like, I'm a little above average, but I feel like a lot of men think I'm taller. And I asked my nurse, because I kept saying, like, am I 5'7"? Like, she's like, yeah, you're 5'7". Like, you've been measuring this since you've been coming. So, but what she explained to me is that I have long legs. So it might give out the impression that I'm taller than what I am. I don't know who needed to hear that, but there you go. 5'7" all day. What kind of music do I like? I like all kinds of music, and I'm gonna say it. I've said it on Facebook years ago. I don't care how many fucking degrees I get. Trap music, rap music, hood music, will live in my head rent free, because that's the environment I grew up in, and it actually speaks to me. I know pain, I know suffering, I get it, right? So yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, that's a genre that I would definitely, you know, always listen to from me. However, I listen to country, I listen to rock, I listen to all genres of music, jazz, pop, you name it. There's even some techno stuff I don't listen to. I'm gonna need you to go lay down. I just took you outside. You're fine. You worrisome. You want to get on my lap, and I don't want you there. Bye, Sassy. It's like she be trying to control me. I feel like she Debo, and I'm Smokey, and she just be like, you know, come lay down with me, and it's like, bro, I ain't ready to lay down. Like, get away. Like, stop trying to bully me. She gonna start barking at me soon, watch. So yeah, I like all kinds of music. So if it has a good message, or like I can relate to it and resonate with it, it don't matter who's singing it, what race, good music is good music, period, point blank. Yeah. And what collections do I have? So I guess the most recent collection that I have is I've been collecting tarot cards or oracle cards. I love them. If you do have a problem with tarot cards and oracle cards, I take it upon you to do some research and figure out why you feel that way, because they're cards. It is not that serious to me. Whatever is serious to you, you figure out why it's that serious to you. Because what I have learned, definitely growing up black in America, is that my ancestors and plenty of indigenous people across these lands, like to say these 7 nations, but they call them continents, have been doing, you know, spirituality and working with the earth and utilizing tools throughout their history and their cultures. However, being African American, and I do have Native in my blood, but I don't know with the tribes. I still have to do family history. So, but I do feel like it is my birthright to practice things that were stripped of me. And if you do have done history about slavery, then you would know that slaves, their history, their culture, their spirituality was stripped to them. They were handed Bibles. They actually literally had slave Bibles that did not read as the same Bibles as white people's Bibles read. So if you do feel some way about me practicing outside of traditional Christianity, or any of the Abrahamic religions, I take that up. I send that back to you to figure out why do you feel that way, because I've learned my history, and I'm going to continue to learn my history, and you know, I'm going to do what my ancestors